The fairy can't stay. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the topic of child's life. Friends who often go to ghost stories must be familiar with this topic. The so-called child's life. The legend is that the fairy child in the sky made a mistake and was relegated to the world to be punished with soy sauce. They don't belong to the human world, so they don't live too long. And they usually don't live to be adults before they travel west and return to the heavenly realm. This year, I sent my mother-in-law back to Shandong for the Chinese New Year. And because I was worried that there would be traffic control in Beijing, my husband and I only stayed in a hurry for one night. After dinner that day, an aunt went to my mother-in-law's house to go to the door against the wind. And after some gossiping, I heard a little story about children's lives. In the village of my mother-in-law's mother-in-law, there is a family surnamed Zhang. And the couple are honest farmers who have lived by farming all their lives. They have 2 daughters and a son. And it is said that when Ernier was born, she amazed half of the street. It was a white fat baby with a picturesque skin. And he ran down from the New Year's painting. The villagers all said that these 2 near had a lot of backgrounds. And most of them came down from the sky. As the child grows up day by day, everyone is a little suspicious that this Ernier is not Lao Zhang's own child. The child is smart, and his gestures are full of energy. And he looks like a doll sold in a shopping mall. The only fly in the ointment is that Ernie is weak, and always runs to the hospital when she is sick. As soon as I came and went, there were villagers and neighbors who gave advice to Ernier and her mother, and said that we had to hurry up and take a look at the matter. Near was really a child. Lao Zhang and his wife did what they said, and invited Mr. to push Ernier's 8 characters. And sure enough, they were really little boys who fell from the sky. Listening to that gentleman, the old Zhang family's second near is the maid in charge of the god of flowers. Lao Zhang and his wife naturally begged Mr. to think of a way. And after receiving a sky-high consulting fee, Mr. Stewart helped Ernier send a stand-in, and then solemnly warned Lao Zhang and his wife, "Your Near is destined to stay in the world for a long time. If you want to keep her alive for a few more years, remember not to let her get married, not even that kind of thing." So Lao Zhang and his wife guarded all the way, staring at Ernier until she was in her 30s. And she almost didn't even touch the boy's hand. It is said that when she grew up, Ernier became a famous beauty within a radius of dozens of miles. But the villagers all knew that she was a child's life, so no one came to propose her to her mother-in-law's house. As the saying goes, 1,000 miles of marriage are tied by a thread. Ernier once went to a colleague's house to play, and fell in love at first sight with her colleague's brother, a local civil servant cadre. Ernier's parents exploded when they heard it, scolded their daughter, and went to their colleague's brother's house to make a big fuss, making people inexplicable and unclear. It didn't take long for the spring festival to come. And when Ernier accompanied her mother to make dumplings, she suddenly said without a head, "It's almost time." Her mother was puzzled when she heard this, and asked casually, "What? What's coming?" Ernier responded, "The steamed buns in your pot." The New Year came to the 2nd day of the Lunar New Year. And Ernier got up early in the morning to clean up and put on new clothes from head to toe. Dressed up fresh and exquisite, like a celestial. Her mother hurried to the gate and asked Ernier, "Where are you going in the New Year?" Ernier didn't stop under her feet and said as she walked, "Mother, I'm on duty in a unit today, it's almost time," and walked out of the house as she spoke. When Lao Zhang's daughter-in-law heard the sound of "it's almost time," she somehow jumped away suddenly in her heart. And her right eye kept jumping with her strength, always feeling that something was going to happen. Unconsciously, she subconsciously walked into Ernier's room. And before she could stand firmly, she heard a crisp click. and a half-length photo frame of Ernier nailed on the wall was loosened for some reason, falling to the ground and shattering. As a result, I didn't see Ernier go home that night until the night. Lao Zhang and his wife had a bad premonition, and asked their youngest son to go to Ernier's unit to look for it, and found that the door of the unit was closed and there was no one in the shadow. And the porter said that the unit would not be on duty at all before the 5th day of the new year. This is a sudden ruin of Lao Zhang and his wife. The two elders didn't close their eyes all night, and waited for the dawn police station to go to work to report the case to find their daughter. Unexpectedly, the police came early in the morning uninvited and came to the door. It turned out that Ernier went to a hotel in the city with her favorite civil servant lover that day. And after the two got their wish, Ernier went to the bathroom to take a bath, and she didn't want the water heater to age and leak electricity. And Ernier was electrocuted and died on the spot. The poor old Zhang and his wife have been taking care of their daughter for more than 30 years. And in the end, all their efforts have been wasted. And they are all ruined on the word love, which shows that the word destiny is far from being able to be controlled and intervened by ordinary manpower. If you want to come to Ernier and return to heaven after completing her sentence, and then look back at the decades of punishment in the Netherrealm, you should not regret going on this trip. Although this life is short, under the care of his parents and loved by his beloved, he came to an abrupt end when he was not old. And he came and went in a hurry, and the world was worth it.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and put notification on to watch more videos. If you have similar experience, please comment and let me know your experience.